Welcome, everyone. Accept cookies. Accepted cookies. I accept all kinds of cookies. Hello. I had like this rogue mosquito. You know how normally they prefer the dark and night, and there's like this rogue mosquito, psycho kamikaze, attacking me. It was so fast I couldn't even catch it. Like it was just a noob, noob mosquito. All right, that's why I'm delayed starting here. I spent 5 minutes trying to smack this mosquito, but he's too stupid and he flew out the window. All right, Schumacher. Weird Wednesday. Not gonna forget. Did I tell you much? How much I hate both wireless and corded mice. I don't know which is worse. There's got to be a better way. I want a mouse cord that has like a dog leash, you know? It like, you know, I just had this huge cord. It's very poorly designed. I mean, what do I do with that cord? It should like go back into a little holder or something when you don't need that much cord. I just got all this extra cord, like it's stupid. I can't believe it's 2023. I have this huge pile of cord on my desk. I always used to use, like for the last 10 years I was using wireless mice, but you know, then you had the battery issue. I guess I ought to get I don't know, something better. Lakers look strong this year. The Celtics, baby. Celtics barely got past Philly. It was my homies. Philly versus Boston. My two cities battling in basketball for the Eastern Conference Finals. Kind of rare. I mean, that happens very often. Okay, I'm not following basketball though. Too hard to keep up with basketball. I gave up 30 years ago. Okay, Schumacher, Weird Wednesday. Weird Wednesday. Start with Schumacher's favorite move. Also, Arsenal's favorite move. Arsenal loves Weird Wednesday. No, the Celtics are the favorites, but I mean, they were losing 3-2 against Philly, which wasn't supposed to happen. So, and when was the last time? I mean, Boston never wins. They always like collapse. When was the last time the Celtics won? All right, the last time I watched them. What do you want to play here? I know I'm using too much time. Hyper modern chess. F4 is a fun move. Now we can transfer to the toilet variation with E4. Or we could see what's behind door number 2. I love a good toilet variation. Now our options are E3 or G3, maybe D3. 3. We were just talking about the structure. Who was I talking about this with? Oh, one of my students, when black was playing the Dutch and gets pushed like d5, I prefer not to take it. You don't really want to take it and help white bring another pawn to the center. So usually if he pushes, I'm going to go to e4 and allow a capture on e3. Sometimes you can even sacrifice a pawn, I would think. Like d4, knight e4, pawn takes pawn, develop. Mike. Oh, a6. Hypermodern. Is that hypermodern? Prophylactic. That's the word I'm looking for. Prophylaxis. Prophylaxis. Options are now very limited with d3, g3, and bishop e2. Possibly the very weird queen e2. Bishop e2 is so cramped. We shift. Shifty. Uh-oh. No knight e4 anymore. Alright. Play d4 if you want. I sounded like a Wookiee. Please don't do anything you will regret later. Development. The polar bear. You recognize me? I'm polar bear. Dapper bear. Thank you for parting with your light-scored bishop. Postpartum depression. Are you suffering from postpartum depression? Dot castle, check. G4, normal polar bear. Strategy. Undermining the white squares. I'm not sure this is like the safest move. I'm pretty sure it's not, but no, I think it's normal. It's kind of normal. Normal imaging. Thermal imaging software. Where is everybody? Yeah, he's just so unable to do anything but the same thing. He's being white. So which side should I castle on? Being me. Being John Malkovich. I don't like giving up the light square bishop, but to each his own. That Ponda. The barrister has spoken. That's this Arsenal's new name. The barrister. Alright. We're not going to have too much of that in my court. Talking back. Individual opinions and thought. Castle's queenside, no. I mean, I think the way he's playing here is actually, it's okay. I played bishop g5, kings, Indians. I know about, like, giving up your bishop without proper justification. I'm practically an expert on that. I fully understand the implications. Where am I going to castle? I asked you guys before. Implications. Let's keep him guessing. Big Ponda. Anonymous player, welcome. I forgot to say hi for you. To you. Castling is for cowards. It's very unusual to see Schumacher finally castle with away pieces like this. He is effectively white and I'm black. It's like a Dutch reversed. In a sense. Yeah, that Ponda is really up close. Sorry, my other table where I kept proper Ponda has been moved already, so I don't have any place to put the camera. That's the reason for the change. I know it's... I was hoping this Ponda would elicit donations by looking pathetic. I feel like I'm playing the... Now I feel like I'm playing the C3 Sicilian. What am I talking about? The closed Sicilian. Sorry, closed Sicilian. That's what I meant to say. How is that white square? It looks like a cardboard pawn structure. Now I'm tempted to castle. I'm starting to get tempted to castle queenside. It doesn't really feel right. How bad could it possibly be? I mean, it certainly happens in the Dutch. How's your cardboard pawn structure? No, I don't think that black wants to be putting pawns on dark squares here with his already fragile light square control. There's just a thread holding up e6 and d5 now. I mean, if I play f5, his whole center implodes. If he loses d5, I really wasn't sure where to put my king. The king side could open up, but I think I could castle either side. Normally I'd be reluctant to do this, not necessarily because of this move, but just generally his pawns can advance. It is a strategic game, exactly, and I think the Dutch is a strategic opening. Well, it's a closed position. I mean, we've got 16 pawns on the board. So one would think, tactics wouldn't necessarily be flowing. Only 16 pawns on board, nothing much. I kind of castled on the weaker side. Anonymous player continuing the gift sub they got from Mr. Coffee. Oh, he changed his game and he played f5. Now that's interesting. That'll hold up your light square a little better. Your light square. I see one thing I don't like. Mrs. Arlsberg? So maybe I should play e4 at some point. Maybe I should. This is debatable. A debatable strategic decision. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't really want his knight coming to d5, honestly. I could have played pawn takes pawn, but then what? This is the one thing that bothered me about the position. Time. You're down. 10 viewers. What is this? It's going to recapture with the G pawn. Right, this is a no-brainer. Oh, copycat. Very original idea you've got there. King b8. Where did you ever get that from? Infiltration station. What are you doing over there? King a7. The Dutch break. Oh, check it out. Rook b8. Okay. Uh-oh. Comes the b pawn. Look out. Ooh. That's not good. It's easy to miss e5. You're just not expecting it. Oh, he had e5. Next customer. Hungarian Spy 2582. What is that account? Rosen Discord Casa Bianca. Oh brother. That's good. That's our old friend. Oh, it's got to be... No, it's a member since 2019. I don't know who that is. But it smells like Casa Bianca. Capa Bianca. That account that got closed. The ratings look similar. But it could be like... What's up, my guy? I don't know. Who are you? Hungarian Spy. What's with all the people challenging me to 10-0? 10-0 rated? Just a random guy. The random guy named Hungarian Spy? It's kind of coincidence, no? I don't think so. I randomly live in Hungary, So, the chances of that being random are not really random. Seem to be a lot of random 2500s. Yeah, but he's got weird rating. What 2582 rapid? Is that a world record? They do have some good players in England. Of course. Not so many. It's not like Azerbaijan or something. Or Kazakhstan. Okay, weird openings Wednesday. No, I mean, I'm always like paranoid of anyone like who's 25, 2600 challenging me. Okay. Generally, those players aren't interested in playing casual games. Right. No, but your account's been around since 2019, so you're not a troll. That's good to know. What am I playing? Weird openings Wednesday. Shocky, E4. Play the Hungarian opening. You know, that's like bullshit, the Hungarian opening. There's no such thing as Hungarian opening. There was G3, right? Which people named after Barca and Benko. But who arbitrarily like calls it the Hungarian opening? Somebody writing an article for Wikipedia or something? I don't know, this whole thing about naming chess openings seems very arbitrary. Hungarian defense has like been around forever. Well, Hungarian opening, I'm not sure I really accredit that name. How about a fianchetto Sicilian? What does that mean? Which fianchetto? Let's play knight a3. Hungarian spy has excellent hand. He has excellent. I can't even talk. What is wrong with me? Excellent handling of the English language. You know, for someone with a good grasp of the English language, you should really play better against the English opening. Why is it ironic? Oh, because you live in England. Ah, are you insinuating that? So you're insinuating you're a Hungarian who lives in England? I played a Hungarian who lives in England 3 years ago in the Budapest Spring Open. I can't remember his name though. He was around 2200, 2150 FIDE. We had a draw. I cannot remember his name. Okay, e6 is regarded as a good move. I haven't looked at this in ages. Well, I never really studied it much, but I did look at some lines years ago. I think on this I'm supposed to play like c3 or c3po. C3po. Gabor? Horvath Gabor? I don't know a Horvath Gabor, but the guy that I played at the Spring Open was working in the UK. Fodor lives in the UK. Fodor Tamash. Okay, so we're just playing a kind of advanced French now. Yeah. I played Fodor Tamash when he was a kid, when he was climbing the ranks. Well, he got the GM title. I never thought he was particularly strong, but he seems to have continued to improve. When I played him, he was like 2400. He seemed like an average IM strength player, but he managed to get the GM title. Kind of typical for Hungarian players. They have a really good process for getting people to like GM level. Then they seem to sort of stagnate. There's only a handful that go beyond like 2600. Black just dropped a piece. Yeah. Chess is easy, my friends. That's sneaky C3. The good thing is that we know that Chucky is human. Arsenal fan is human. Shockey is human. What other players are guaranteed to be human in the stream? I guarantee you the Shockey and Arsenal fan have never used assistance. But 99% of their opponents do. I guess you can draw a parallel. The players who are most paranoid about people cheating are the least likely to cheat. Alright, Shockey, you probably deserve a second chance after that. Yeah, the sneaky C3. I hate chess.com, dude. Just for every reason. Not just the cheaters. I just hate everything about it. I could make like pretty good money by streaming at chess.com, but I would rather be poor than sacrifice my values. My principles, you know, I won't sacrifice my principles for money. I'd rather be like a trash man than stream on chess.com. Trash collectors make pretty good money, actually. I don't know about here in Hungary, but in the US they do. That's the default backup plan. Default backup. I hate chess.com. Secretly controlled by... Oh man, did you guys see the scandal about the Mormon church? Apparently, like, the Mormon church has this like $100 billion fund that was collected from like donations and shit that they're supposed to use for charity and stuff, and it just like sits there and collects money, and they never ever use any of it for what it was like intended. They've got like an insane amount of money. It's a kind of lesser known article floating around the last week or so in the news, but I just mentioned it because the Mormons secretly control chess.com. That's part of their $1 million slush fund. Okay, this is not an unusual opening, but we're gonna make it unusual, right? So if you're a Mormon, am I confusing the Mormons with something else? It's the Mormons, right? Yeah. If you're a Mormon, you're supposed to donate like 10% of your... Right. You're supposed to donate like 10% tithe, like 10% of your income to the church. So they have like tax exempt status for this like donations. It's really, really corrupt. Alright, bishop c4. Anyway, the corrupt Mormon church, 10% of the income of all their members. But it's, you got to read the article. I don't remember what newspaper it was in, but it's well known. Something really mainstream. But it's like really fraudulent the way they rigged it up. There was something in the UK about Jehovah's Witnesses, some sexual abuse scandal. Like Jehovah's Witness had covered up sexual abuse, but they were saying that it was like a one. Yeah, just this yesterday, there was a story about it. Particularly in the UK. That's why I'm mentioning it. It was a story from the UK. Jehovah's Witness, land shark. Let's play the Mora Gambit, because for me that's an unusual opening. Candy Burger, Candygram, Candy Burger. No, it wasn't about like Jehovah's Witness being the abuser, but like someone outside the church had abused someone and they were like not reporting it or something. I don't think like the alleged abuser was actually a Jehovah's Witness, but the victim was, and the church people like covered it up or something. They're supposed to report stuff like that. It wasn't about like, getting access to kids. Arsenal fit. It's not the Catholic Church, dude. I'm talking about Jehovah's Witnesses. That's the Catholic Church. If we're talking about preying on children, it would be the Catholic Church. What are you thinking, dude? I just like to stay up on current events while we're blasting the crazy openings here. Wow, what is that? Queen C7. Hyper modern queen move. I used to like hide when the Jehovah's Witnesses would come to the house. Just like pretend no one's home. Queen D6 is that the whoa? I agree. We used to get them all the time in the US. Pretty much like every couple months. In the suburban areas anyway. Probably in the city too. I would just like close the curtains and pretend no one's home or something. It's so awkward. I'm surprised they don't get like blown away and shit now. It's like everybody else is like getting gunned down for going to someone's house and stuff. You'd think like they would just get blown away on a regular basis. Oh, another Jehovah's Witness gunned down. Should I have played Bishop G5? Black just plays like, oh shit, I had Bishop G5. God damn it. Did 95 survive there? I don't know, but it seems like a better try, doesn't it? I should have played Bishop G5. I'm a moron. America's well known for the shootings, and now this last couple of months, it's more and more common for people to just like shoot the neighbor's kid because their ball like rolled into their yard or something. Dude, I mean, if it was like the way it is now, when I was a kid, I never would have lived past like age 15. We were like constantly playing in the neighbors' yards. I would like go up to people's houses and like try to sell them cookies and shit. I would be dead already by age 13 in today's America. We used to constantly like run through the neighbors' yards. I've been like gunned down 6 times already. I'd have like a frequent flyer card for the emergency room for being shot like a zillion times. This one, this one story in, where was it, in Texas? Some people were complaining that their neighbor was like shooting his gun. Pro tip: if your neighbor is shooting his gun, don't go to his house to complain about it. And don't threaten to call the police. And tell them that you're threatening to call the police. Like, seriously. Yeah, anonymous player, you seem really inconsistent. Sometimes you play amazingly well, and other times you seem like a noob. I don't know what to do with you. I don't know what to make of you. But I didn't get the maximum here. Arsenal is talking about rook placement. I think that's a good idea. Rook c1, rook d1. It's a Mora. Arsenal, do you play the Mora sometimes? White only has a slight advantage here. I should have had more. Now, I really don't like Esterman, and I make fun of the Mora all the time, but, you know, to be fair, it's not a bad system. It's enough for equal. I just always thought of it as kind of a waste of the white pieces. Okay, queen b4, bishop d, bishop c5, knight d5, bishop f8. Win the exchange for a pawn. Wait, is there an opening you play well? We talk about current events and then make bad jokes here. I mean, to be honest, like, I've told the story. My only Mora gambits were like Mora against Esterman. No, maybe it wasn't Esterman. Was it Esterman? No, I can never even remember anymore. I feel like I had a Mora against Esterman, but I think I might be confusing it with someone else. I think that was against a different player. I'm not even sure how many times I played Esterman. Maybe only like twice. 3 times. I have this like confusing games between different players. Oh shit. I was supposed to play bishop takes f8. Now I barely have compensation for the sacrificed pawn. Obviously the point was to play bishop takes f8. I did an auto recapture. Well, this will be more instructive anyway. Dude, I don't know. He's really strange. I just couldn't stand him personally. I think he's insecure, and so he tries to overcompensate by acting like he's a genius and stuff. I think he's trying to imitate, Emery Tate or something. Personality-wise. Who also, but I mean, the difference between Tate and Esterman, I think Tate was smarter probably, but objectively Esterman's not stupid. Tate was smarter and also more mentally unstable. But I think they both have this sort of insecurity. Where they need like reassurance. So they overcompensate. Just my personal diagnosis. Well, I don't know, man. I mean, some of it's an act. I don't watch his stream, but I mean, I knew him as a person, and he seemed like that wasn't an act. Although, I mean, I'm not an expert. I wasn't there for most of his life, just the early stage, and I've seen him a few times later. But okay, maybe it's an act. But I got the impression that he's kind of insecure. Right. We all absorb, exactly. We all absorb aspects of other people's personalities. That's very astute of you to say, Arsenal fan. I think that Mark was like, I think in Tate's case, he tried to, for example, absorb that aspect. I don't know how Esserman started playing the Mora Gambit. He told me that, and I don't know how I know this. I really don't know how I know this. How do I know this? He told me he had lessons with Calvin Blocker. Did I have like a heart-to-heart with Esserman at one point? I don't know how I know this, but he had lessons with Calvin Blocker, and Calvin's a really, really nice guy. He's like the opposite of Esserman. But, ironically, I guess that's where he got the opening from. I don't know. Early stage thing. You start playing the Mora Gambit when you're a kid. Someone taught it to you. That's true. We all see things in other people. We absorb, copy their behaviors and personalities and whatnot. I don't know how I know that. I don't remember ever like talking to Esserman about his early life or something. It's weird. I'm starting to have some kind of weird like deja vu. But maybe he did tell me. Maybe at the U.S. Championship in like 2001 or something. We had a conversation. I don't remember. Is a pawn enough? Rook on the 7th and pawn. I'll take it. This has to be winning. Two. Two's always winning. Hungarian Spy, can you change that challenge to 7+5? If you're still watching? If you don't mind, we try to keep a consistent time control. I either get used to playing with increment or not. Like, it's really hard to switch back and forth. Yesterday we did play Tenno Arena. But I think it's kind of funny because most of the people in my stream, like, they didn't adapt very well to it. I thought I adapted better than most. It's just hard. I mean, that's why like the world championship was so stupid. Like, how can they have a world championship where there's no increment? Like, whose dumbass idea was that? Seriously. Why would you have every tournament in the world has increment and the world championship doesn't? Okay, in what planet does that make sense? Seriously. What world does it make sense to have a world championship where the time control doesn't have an increment, but every other tournament in the world has one? Because that totally makes sense. This is just like yesterday with what's his name. You're playing just like who was it? Goichu? He was like, he missed a draw, 2 pawns down and a rook in against me. He defended like God. And I finally blundered after he defended like God for 20 moves, and he had a way to win both pawns. I don't know, an honest player, if you could play as well as you play down 2 pawns and a rook ending for the whole game, you'd be in pretty good shape, you know? I guess you have to face a lot of adversity before you start to play well. You can't find any opponents with this rating for other times. Yeah, 10-0 is really easy. Batra Sparsh. I think the World Championship was a joke. Why take with the king? Because I like the fact that my king has the pawn to block the check. It really, theoretically, it's close. I don't know. Maybe it's better to have a further outside pawn. It really doesn't matter though. Like, either way I should be winning. I like being able to block the check here with the pawn. Probably doesn't matter, to be honest. I think at that point, you know, he's lost either way. It's not like the position depends on which way I capture. In general, having a further outside pawn might be more valuable. Yeah. There's an argument for that. Okay. Theme of the day is trying to play unusual openings. Playing Owen's defense. I've got to leave at 11:30, so 1:30 that is. Your other 11:30. We have an hour. A bit more than an hour to continue rapid games here. Guys, please feel free to donate or drop some bits. It's been kind of a slow month. Damn Arsenal fan. What opening is okay with you? If I'm playing a stream with weird openings, like, what am I allowed to play? And it's Owen. Not Owen's Corning. The Owen defense. Owens is. It's Owens is. But it's not Owens is. That's what I'm saying. I thought you thought it was Owens is. It's just, yeah, Owen apostrophe S. Right. Because it could be Owens is. It's lost is. The Reverend John Owen. Oh. That's what it is. The double fiancado. Now what is it? Talk about weird openings. Let's talk about sex, baby. Alright, no, seriously. Not gonna play the hippo. You know, I'm just not really feeling the hippo today. I was thinking about something different. How about, well, e6 or d6 are the best moves here. I might end up playing a hippo, but I wanted to try something weird with knight c6 there. Knight c6, c3, e5, but I doubt it's good, dude. The hippo could use a chiropractor. Dude, did you hear about the hippo attack? Or was it Malawi? Or maybe it was Malawi. I don't remember. There was a hippo attack yesterday where it like overturned a boat. Like 24 people in the boat or something, and like a 1-year-old like child got eaten or drowned. Hippos are seriously dangerous. Not as dangerous as the average American homeowner, probably, but close. Would you rather approach a hippo or a stranger's front door? Alright, I'm just like wasting way too much time. We gotta play a little bit quicker here. Clearly this is slow. It's alright, the hippo is a hippo for a reason. I understand why people play the hippo now. Imagine if they redid like the Land Shark skit on Saturday Night Live. People like knock on doors and just get blown away. Straight up. Before they're even identified as a land shark. Or a dolphin. What a world we live in. I wouldn't want to go trick-or-treating anymore. Okay, refute my hippo. I don't think playing against the hippo is easy. Personally. I don't have a really great setup against it myself. That's funny, the only time I beat a really high rated player was with the black side of a hippo. My best win against Onishek was a hippo. I didn't castle and like walked my king to d8 and c7. He just got confused. So much for Uber Driver's theory about castling. d5. Crushing. But d5 is, you know, I'll give Arsenal credit. d5 is a committal move you've got there. So now my hippo is like tilted. There's the downside and the upside. It's like the Titanic settled on the seabed. The lower hippo and the upper hippo. Checky poo. Now, king safety comes to mind. You're like trying to trap your own bishop. But it's fine. It has a retreat square. I see that. I can play c6. I don't think I want to. we got one more challenge from Hungarian Spy. He keeps disappearing. The mysterious Hungarian spy. No relation to Casabianca, I hope. I was a little concerned though. If Hungarian Spy is in like the top 10 in Rapid, he might be Casabianca. No, he's too open about his identity. He said he's from England. Casabianca was all mysterious and shit. Alright. I'm not playing anyone in the top 10 in Rapid. I don't think 2582 gets you in top 10. It used to, at one time. Rank 112, okay. Do you remember when 2600 was top 10 in Rapid? Like 2 years ago? Or maybe it's longer now. I was in the top 10. Very briefly. On Lichess. In Rapid. I guess it was about 3 years ago. No one was playing Rapid. Oh no. A5? A6, A5. I guess I should just ignore it. It's like, what's the best way to deal with this? A5, does that do anything for me? There's A5, A3. Pawn takes pawn, knight A6. I mean, it just screws my queen side even worse. I don't think I should do it. I have no business. No business playing weakening moves on the queen side. I probably would be better off playing like C6 or something if I'm going to play anything. If I was to play any kind of queenside move, at least C6 would like attack his center. But I think generally speaking we want to... What do we want to do? Develop. Pressure on the center. There's C5. That's an interesting move. And by the way, whenever I say something's interesting, it means it probably sucks. Nice game by Arsenal fan. White has a nice edge here. So how am I going to do this? Really need to develop. Knight D7. He might just take it and play C5. It's really unpleasant. Alright, we're gonna go into extreme defensive measures. Preparing rook A7. Okay, first off, maybe I really ought to consider taking on C5 there before it's too late. Could have played C6. It might have been kind of weird. But a good positional game. This situation wow. If I don't bring my knight out, I'll never get it out. That is extreme. Pretty cool idea. Take with the G pawn. It's borderline insane, but creative. Only borderline. I mean, most players wouldn't do G takes F, but I get the idea. I think he wants to keep the queen on this diagonal rather than go off to F3. Go off to the army. I'm just kidding though. This was the real reason why he played it. He wanted to play F4. I just didn't want to tip him off, just in case he didn't see it for some reason. Of course he wanted to play F4. Now I have check though. Is he dropping a pawn here? It's a positional sacrifice, obviously. He has everything. This was his intention. Everything's under control. It's a nice square on D4. But let's not give him too much credit. Arsenal fan plays with his intuition, you know, so he misses stuff. He misses details. Generally has good intuition. And he's very quick, you know, he never uses crazy amounts of time. And now he's down upon an ending. How bad is it? Good freaking question. With the rook on the 7th. White's definitely not better. Down a pawn for Isolani. If you evaluate this position, for Isolani and a pawn down, but an active rook on the 7th. You know, I mean, I think it's safe to say that white is at least -1. He's trying to hold on, basically. He's I can't allow him to double on the 7th. This is out of the question. There's no way I could allow 2 rooks on the 7th. This game has followed the same pattern as our last game, where, you know, basically he gets a good position. Then squanders it by playing too quickly and has to struggle to try to survive. I like your spelling of Isolani. That's like Hungarian. Isoline. In Hungarian it would be like Isoline, which would mean like lonely girl or something. Line is girl. An ISO girl. ISO salami. That's Italian, I think. He's trying to sneak in the back way. Naughty, naughty. The ISO salami. He's coming in with knight d8 next. So what am I to do? Oh, Beavis and Butthead. Hey, your knight's pretty active, dude. That's an active knight. Wow, he traded. No way you should do that. I think you should definitely keep the rook on. You had rook a8. He had rook a8. What was wrong with rook a8? Rook a8. Rook a8. Rook a8. Good. Rap. What is that? What are you doing? F6, knight f7. Check him out. Very nice. Ooh. That's pretty annoying. I need another way to make progress. Acerbate. Good fellows from Plangaz, Arushches, Lukashk. Ooh, where's my time? Yeah, I mean it's pretty hard to hold there with the isolated pawns. The dub. But if you keep the rook on, how bad is it? No, the computer actually likes your exchange. That's a bad sign. So there was a problem with rook a8. He gets pinned by rook e8. I missed it. Still not sure how to make progress. He does get in a pin though. Alright, that's why he probably exchanged rooks, but I think objectively he's losing there. Yeah, what about g takes f? Your opening was excellent. Maybe you should play h3 to prevent me from trading pieces. I don't know. But it's hard to believe that this is bad. Yeah, you had c6. I have to play like a5 and knight a6 to get out. This looks really bad. Yeah, you had a beautiful opening. G takes f is weird. But I get it. You were trying to play f4. Alright. Hungarian Spy, finally. 2582. What am I playing? Weird openings today only. I should have played c3, but that's too likely to transpose to the London. You know, I hate the London. Do you think I should drop the Sicilian Dragon? King's India Defense? I don't like people playing the Sicilian Dragon and King's India Defense under, like, under 2000, to be honest. It seems like too hyper modern. I think you should play something more. Yeah, probably you should play something more fundamental. Okay, e3 c5. You said you don't like the English opening. I'm supposed to play. This is not a weird opening though. Like, what the hell? e3 c5 c4. Not really a weird opening. I guess we can try to play weirdly later. And what could I do there? You know, after e3, that's a weird opening. You know what I mean? What am I gonna do? You see, that's just random. That's not my intention. For us to just do crazy shit. You know, h5. It's weird openings Wednesday, not like absurd, terrible openings Wednesday. Look, I played a lot of h5, h4. But I don't want to go this far. It's just like where we're just playing a bad move. Just to be weird. I wanna focus on playing stuff that's like, you know, unusual, but not like dumb. Take your weekend tournament must have made me worse player. I think I'm just trying harder against you because I noticed you had a better score against me lately. No, in all honesty, like last week or something, when you started to score really well against me, I made a sort of observation that I'm doing worse against you. And the last time I did better against you, I think I made a like what I would call like a concerted effort to play tougher against you. Concerted. Yeah. I noticed that my score against you was bad lately. So sometimes I try against certain players harder than others. I think I started trying harder against you. Making more of a conscious effort. Conscious effort also, yeah. That works. Conscious effort works. I agree. Gary's Spy account has been around since 2019. He has lots of bullet games. Some blitz games. Some rapid. You know, interestingly, his 2130 Just 960, this is a good rating. It's about the same as mine. What would Akiba Rubinstein do? I'm the only one who lag. I was like, tag. Maybe my stream, I don't know. Probably it's you. I haven't been watching the stream. Delicious. Just what I wanted to see. Now I'm gonna have to move my rook again. Knight b4, rook c1. I guess. What choice will I have? I mean, Black's opening is pretty dubious with the h5, but seems like his piece deployment is active. Luca, I think it's your lagging. But my stream definitely has like a delay. A little bit, few seconds. Guys, I can take a couple more challenges. We have 37 minutes left. Akiba would play rook d1. I mean, black was trying to be weird by playing h5, but again, that's not... My intention in these streams is not to just, like, make us play some weird move. Yeah, I've got time, Luca. But challenge me to 7 plus 5. We have time for those 2 more games. The 7 plus 5, not 10-0. I don't know why everybody's challenging me to 10-0. It seems to be a trend. Maybe because we had an arena tournament yesterday where I played 10-0. If you look at my account, you see I played a bunch of 10-0 games yesterday, but that was a tournament. Hungarian spy. It's a suspicious name. Did you castle queenside by accident? Never heard of 7-5? It's not in the official list of internet time controls, or what? It's right at the bottom of the screen. 7 plus 5 casual. I should make it in like a different color. Maybe if I made it like red or something, people would actually notice it. It is kind of hard to see. It is hard to see on the screen there. It's kind of blending in with the board, especially if I'm playing white. So I don't blame you guys for not noticing. 7-11. Move 11. Is this a good move? How to respond to e4, c5, knight f3, d5? Well, don't play d5. That's your first step in the right direction. The truth. Bishop e5. All options are on the table. Ooh, you got knight d3? Really? Jazek? The camel attack. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The safest is bishop d7. If you play knight d7, I think that's the highest risk. And the most aggressive, because you're not going to like let white trade even for another bishop. He's going to have to give up the bishop on d7 or retreat and lose time. So knight d7 is the sharpest, I think. Bishop d7 is the safest, and then knight c6 is playable, and it's a line that I played a lot. But it does allow the double pawns, and it's not really that trustworthy, to be honest. So that's more imbalancing. I wouldn't choose to play knight c6 in that move order, necessarily. I really think you ought to play either the stable bishop d7 or the more aggressive knight d7. I mean, knight c6 is, yeah, I mean, you get a lot of structural problems. You got to really know what you're doing. I think there's a lot of good lines for. Speaking of the guy I played from UK. Well, that was a Roslimo. We gonna have time? King d8. Oh. Whoa. Camel Clutcher. Queen e3. I had knight b5 there. This definitely doesn't look good for black. Okay, I mean, the setup with h5 was never good. I'm not sure if he mouse slipped with castle's queenside, but my opponent said... He said, what? It's possible, like, he touched the king and didn't mean to castle queenside. But either way, it was suspicious. Black's position, that is. Does not look good. I have c5 here. Luckily my knight is protected. Pretty much paralyzed. Yeah, that's not a good position. Probably had better there. I don't know. I probably had something better. Is this queen trapped? c6. There is knight a7, which looks very interesting. Now I'm really turning to trap his queen. Oh. Weird. Alright. I don't know how much time we have. 2 more games max. 2 games max. I wanted to play C3. Oh, okay. The Kamsky attack. I won't play bishop f4. Rockport has played this a lot. Speaking of Hungarian spies. Alright, now. Okay, now we're seeing something more standard. Tory attack. It's transposed to a Tory attack. Torre. Eugenio. No. The other Torre. It's not named after Eugenio. Sorry. The Mexican Torre. Torre! Favorite of Gadakamsky. Toro. El Toro. Yeah, d5 is annoying. I like it when they don't play d5 and let me play e4. Now we have a full Mr. Coffee setup. Gotta loves this. It's like the London system. I was looking at a game the other day I played with this setup, and it was like Kamsky, somebody, 1991 U.S. Championship, of course. I was a sophomore in college, I remember that. Maybe that's the year that Gata won the U.S. Championship, when he first came to the U.S. The Tory attack was his main weapon. Bore people to death and take names. This is not an unusual opening, but I did start with c3. I was hoping to get something weird. I guess I should have been a little more creative with move 2. What am I going to do? Like b4? I mean queen a4 or what here? The Saragossa opening really doesn't have any independent value. I mean, it's just going to transpose. I'm just going to transpose to something else. There's practically no way it can have independent value. I mean, how can it not transpose to something else? Kali system, the London, the Tory attack, Stonewall attack. Maybe somehow it could become a c3 Sicilian. Now here, do I want to play queen a3? Stanley Kamsky. Tatar beefsteak. Do you like Tatar beefsteak, Arsenal fan? Beefsteak Tatar. I like Eddie beefsteak. That's funny, man. Only if it has horns. Wow, E5. But something dawned on me when I was playing the Tory attack. You know, these people that have the repertoire, like the London system, the Slav, the Caro-Kann, and I was analyzing on last Thursday, one game. I realized that, you know, when you play like this with white, you're just playing the Caro-Kann. You know what I mean? It's just the Caro-Kann. I mean, call it what you want, you know. I'm playing the Caro-Kann with both colors. Black's got to be very careful about becoming overextended. On the other hand, I mean, his space in the center could pose problems for white. New pending reviews. Someone reviewed my coach profile. I love that. Like, I have no new students, but I have a new pending review. How does that work? I haven't taken on a new student in a long time, but I have a new pending review. You would think in order to have a new pending review, you would have to, like, start teaching someone new. So much for that theory. This guy sucks. It was obviously someone who called me sir. You get those people, they do reviews like, he's awesome. Just random people and stuff. It's so embarrassing. When's my next over the board tournament? Oof. Probably an IM tournament in September. I was contracted. I've been contracted to play as a punching bag. I've been contracted to be a human punching bag for an IM tournament in September. They usually hold me in reserve for the GM tournament to be like an ultra punching bag. But I can hold my own in the IM tournament at least. Is there any point in Bishop F4? Yeah, why not? I would love to play more. You know, I'm really sad that I'm only playing like 2 tournaments a year. But I just don't have time. I have to work and teach constantly. I never get GM norms. The closest I ever came was 1999 or 1998, ironically. No, I'm not in condition to make a GM norm, unless there was some sort of immense luck involved. There doesn't seem to be that much luck. Someone wrote a stupid blog post about it. I'm just not lucky anyway, inherently. But I've decided not to call it luck. It's fortune. There's no such thing as luck. Fortune. Fortune favors the brave, right? So what am I doing here? Oof. White is better. But this guy, I mean, he played against me before. He was pretty tough. I don't know if I want to release the tension here. Tension release. The central tension, that is. Put some work back into the Blumenfeld. Dude, all I know is that I played 4 Grandmasters in a row who every single one of them played D4, of course. Yeah, my D4 with black is... Yeah. My openings aren't good, you know, really well worked out. I don't have opening prep. My endgames suck too. No, I mean, to be honest, I'm like not in practice really. But even if I was in peak, I would have a hard time making a GM norm. At this point, I'd have to be really lucky, in addition to being in peak form. If I can perform around between 2400 and 2450, that's a good tournament for me. Plus, you got rating inflation. Rating deflation, rather. The other rating deflation is a real thing. Actually, I don't know how anybody makes GM norms anymore with rating deflation. Night. Damn, this guy is pretty good, man. Jeez. What's his deal? 2200 bullet, 1900 in blitz? And I can't beat him. Bishop F8 is a good move. Can nibble. Nibble on my ear. Yeah, I have problems, man. I don't know about this. How are we doing on time? I only have 15 minutes left. If I play another game, it's going to have to be a quick one. Sorry, Iron Man and Tatana. If I play Lucas another game, I'm just going to have to play, like, really fast. Because I have to leave promptly at 1:30. You know, Arsenal fan, you were talking about Husky yesterday. And, I looked him up, and, you know, he's only got a provisional FIDE rating. But he's undefeated in, like, I don't know, 8 games or something in the Austrian team championships. He's so far got a 1980 provisional rating, but he started from, like, 0. So he's, like, I don't know, got like 6 wins and 2 draws against, like, lower rated players. He seems pretty strong. I would imagine he's 1980 provisional, but based on his performance, you'd think like he would be like 2200 if his rating caught up with him. But I admit it's weird, you know, how someone can get that good. How someone gets like 2200 FIDE with like no rated games. It's pretty amazing. I think the Austrian Team Championship is a good place to go, though, for rating points. I'm constantly talking about this, but at least some countries, like wealthier countries, seem to be they have plumper ratings. Austrians versus Hungarians. Seems like their ratings are fatter because their wallets are fatter. Yeah, I don't know. He's probably just a really bright player. I don't know. He was 900. No, I mean, he's undefeated 1980 FIDE. But I mean, when you start, you get a really crappy rating. He hasn't lost a game yet in his over-the-board games. He's playing mostly like 1800s, 1900s, and stuff like that. 1600s, 1700s, 1800s, 1900s. But I admit he's scary, strong. But I noticed that from the beginning. I guess some people are just brilliant. He's like a computer guy. We can't all be brilliant, like Arsenal fan. Dude, I don't know, man. But Worm Red is really strong. His blitz rating is too low. I had to work hard. I'm not talented. My progress as a chess player was very gradual. Damn, dude, this guy is just like all over me all the time. All over my center here. Do I have d5? Rook a2? I don't like this position. I mean, I just progressed like gradually. My first rating was 1275 USCF. Then it was, little by little. How is this player 1900 in blitz? That I find hard to believe. He's just too principled. Damn, I've lost like 5 games in a row. OTB? No. 4. 4? 5. All GMs, but still, no, they weren't. One was an FM. That's just, I'm very disheartened. I don't know they were strong players, but I don't like losing 5 games in a row. My self-confidence is like at 0. And to be fair, like a lot of these games were really close. It wasn't like I got blown away. At least in like 4 out of 5 games. Four out of 5 mothers surveyed recommend Cheerios. I don't think we're going to have time for another game. I think this is it. And he's super fast, too. How the heck are you like 1900 in blitz, dude? Who are you playing? Oh, I just hung a piece. Hey, that's good. Wow. I keep forgetting it's sudden death now after... See, that's the problem with the arena tournament. I started playing like this was sudden death. I believe it was sudden death now. That's why I blundered. I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter. After the tournament last night, we switched to... So he's going to be 2.5 out of 3 against me now. 1900 in blitz. How can you be 1900 in blitz, dude, and be 2200 in bullet? I don't understand how that's even possible. Can someone explain to me how that's possible? How can you be 2200 in bullet, 1900 in blitz, and 2200 in rapid and classical? Do you know how weak like 1900 in blitz is? Yeah, but I mean, he's got a lot of games. I mean, 3,000. The majority of his games are blitz. Sorry, 1900s. That's pretty good technique. But I maybe have something. I've really got to look at this ending with the engine. Because that's pretty unbelievable. I mean, to be honest, dude, are these like top moves by the engine? Let's see. Rook d8. Should be 6. Should no there. King f8. King e8, yes. King d8, yes. I don't know, I think that's enough for today. Yeah, you're welcome. Still, I don't understand how this player can be 2.5 out of 3 against me, and be 1900 in blitz. That just doesn't make sense. 1961. Just yesterday, he played 30 blitz games, and his rating is 1900. But he's 2600 in tactics. How could you possibly be 2000 in blitz? It just doesn't make sense. $1,800, no. Puzzle Storm 28. I don't know, man. It's a little bit of a weird account. I don't really like that. That King D8 maneuver, using no time, feels, Alright, I'll see you guys later.